Hey, you guys, my name is Brooke, your fellow podcaster, entrepreneur, and creative artist from the East Coast, and welcome to my podcast, Blogger with a Twist. So, on my podcast, I'll mainly be talking about lifestyle topics. I might do some rants or story times, but basically, whatever comes to mind, that is the gist of this podcast. So if you guys find that interesting and you want to know more, then subscribe, share my podcast with your friends and family, and last but not least, sit back, relax, grab your favorite snack or food, and let's get this episode popping. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to a brand new podcast episode, and happy 2025. So look, I know it has been a minute since my last episode. If you guys have not listened to that episode, basically I came on to update you guys on my health, because what happened is that I ended up getting a cold back in December, which also caused me to get a case of laryngitis, which made my voice sound like a dying cat. So if you guys have not listened to that episode, definitely feel free to. But I'm definitely better since that episode. I did also mention in that episode that I was going to see the Sonic movie that came out around Christmas. I believe the date was December 21st. And I have to say that I really enjoyed the movie. It was really good to see Shadow. And I am so excited for the next Sonic movie, which will be number 4. And it comes out in 2027, I believe. But the good thing is Amy will be in the next one. And what else? I did have a couple of job interviews last week, because I have just come to the realization that I really want to get out of the gas station. I had an incident that happened last week that it kind of scared me, because this customer got a little bit close to my face and I kind of felt a little bit threatened, even though in the back of my head I was thinking, if I have to, I will find something out in this gas station to use as a weapon. I will find something. But just after having that experience, like I said, it just made me realize I do not want to be at this gas station any longer. So I'm hoping and praying that I do get something this week and I can put my 2 weeks in at the gas station, because I am so done with it. And other than that, you guys, today's episode, what I want to talk about is my opinion on influencers going back to a 9-to-5 job, and then also cooking with Kaya. So other than that, you guys, grab your snacks and let's get this episode popping. So like I said, the first thing I want to talk about is influencers going back to a 9-to-5 job. How I found out about this was I was scrolling on YouTube one day, or TikTok, one of those social media platforms, and I came across a couple of videos of people that were influencers and decided to go back to a regular 9-to-5 job. And what I found so interesting is that the most common reason why a lot of people decided to go back is either A, they wanted more stability, and B, they wanted more structure. And so when I was listening to the videos and watching the videos and stuff like that, and them explaining their point of views, it definitely made sense, because you kind of have to put it like in this perspective. If you are a content creator, an influencer, from my own experience, you mostly get paid on a monthly basis based on how many campaigns or sponsorships you get within that month. And if you don't get any, guess what? You're not making any money. Versus if you have a 9-to-5 job, you know you're guaranteed with a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks. Because the thing is, when you are an influencer, an entrepreneur, or freelancer, You don't have that structure of going in at a set time, which is why a lot of people do become influencers and entrepreneurs, is because they want to make their own schedule on their own time. But with that, you also have to be responsible and be able to manage your time effectively. And when you are dealing with brands and stuff like that, when you are getting paid on a monthly basis, I personally feel like it's a little bit more stressful because you have to make enough money to last a whole entire month. So you really have to be pitching yourself to these different brands and companies, and you're not always going to get a yes. So there is really no guarantee. But that's also why I say it is so important in this day and age to have multiple streams of income. And so if you want to be an influencer, is great. But also if you want to have a regular 9-to-5 job, along with you doing your hobby, your craft, what makes you happy, I feel like that is also great, because at least you have a backup plan. Because with this social media age and stuff like that, we don't know how long these platforms are going to be around. As you guys know, the whole thing with TikTok, when TikTok went out, a lot of people was stressing because you have a lot of people that use TikTok to generate income, and it may be their only source of income. You just never know what life is going to throw at you. So it's important to always be prepared and have a couple of plan Bs, plan C, plan D, have something in your back pocket. Now, another thing that somebody brought up in their video about going back to 9-to-5 is the fact that they have benefits such as medical insurance and dental insurance and like a 401k. And to be honest with you guys, that is definitely a perk to work in a 9-to-5 job, especially if it's a really good company. You have those benefits versus if you're an influencer, you can get those same benefits, but I feel like it might be more expensive because when you work for a company or something, they pay for part of your insurance. But when you don't and you're working for yourself, then you're mostly paying all of that. And so at least with a 9-to-5, you are guaranteed to have those benefits. And then I remember I was also watching another video of a girl. She still does her side hobbies, being a YouTuber and stuff like that. But she also went back to a 9-to-5 job. So in her video, she was saying that when she was an influencer, like full time, she was living abroad. And when she was living abroad, I believe her main niche was lifestyle. It just got to a point where she felt like she ran out of things to talk about. You know, since lifestyle is such an oversaturated topic, you can pretty much talk about anything. But at the same time, if nothing is really going on in your life, it's kind of like, what do you have to talk about? And so when she said that, it made me think back to when I had my YouTube channel. So when I used to do YouTube, I didn't do a lot of vlogging because I just felt like my life was not that exciting and I wasn't doing something every single day. I feel like when you see YouTubers doing vlogs where they're going like shopping every day, getting their nails done every day, that is not realistic to a lot of people, especially with the economy and stuff like that. Things are so expensive. So how do you think everybody can afford that much of a budget? And so for me, when I used to do vlogs on my channel, I did them every once in a while. And that was if I was maybe going on vacation or maybe going to an event. But yeah, I could definitely understand her point of view about running out of things to talk about and things just kind of getting repetitive. And so basically, you know, I just wanted to say that for people that are going back to 9-to-5, it is a great thing. And if you still want to keep your side hustle, your side money is also great. What really gets me is when I see videos about people making fun of people for going back to a 9 to 5 job. And my thing is this: why are you making fun of this person? At least this person is guaranteed a paycheck. Okay. With being an influencer, you're not always guaranteed to get money. And sometimes it could take months before you even see a huge amount of money or before you get like a really huge campaign or a sponsorship. Not everything's going to happen overnight. So you go keep laughing at the person that got the 9 to 5, but at least they getting money. And then on top of that, I be seeing videos of, I guess, influencers or whatever coming onto social media and asking people for money or trying to make people feel guilty for not giving them money. Like they'll say things like, well, if you guys really wanted to support me, then you would send me some money. I'm thinking to myself, y'all are some grown behind adults, okay? If you ain't got no money, then you need to get off of social media and get yourself a job. Instead of coming on here asking other people for their hard-earned money. And then the last thing I want to talk about is this whole thing with cooking with Kaya. Now, I don't understand why so many women are upset with this young lady. Now, I know why. It's because if you guys have ever seen her videos, basically she does this little dance where like she turns around, she's like doing a little twerking dance, but then she goes on to start cooking in the video. And that's the issue that I feel like a lot of women are having with her, is that why does she have to do that dance before she starts to cook? And this is my thing, right? More than likely, your man does not know cooking with Kaya. So why are you so threatened by this girl's presence over the phone? If you are secure in your relationship and you trust your partner, then why are you so mad? Like, I saw one video that got me kind of mad. This guy had made dinner for his girlfriend or wife, whatever. And when she was eating it at first, she was like, "Oh, this is really good, honey." Now, I'm speculating from the video that he doesn't really know how to cook. So he took the time to actually cook this woman a delicious meal. But when she asked him, "Oh, where you get this recipe from?" and he said, "Cooking with Kaya," you know what she did? She took her hand, okay, and pushed the plate out the way. I believe the plate fell on the floor. I'm thinking to myself, girl, number one, do you know how much food costs nowadays? You're not going to sit up here and waste all this food because you mad because he took the time to learn how to cook. And that's the second point. He actually made the effort to cook you something good. And because you're upset that he learned the recipe from this girl on TikTok, now you just going to just waste the food. I was so mad, you guys. I'm just like, you know what? You are so unappreciative, okay? Do you know how many women would actually appreciate a man stepping up to the plate, actually learning how to cook? Like, are you serious? I wanted to jump through the phone because I'm just like, girl, you're not wasting this food. Like, why? Why? But my thing is this: if my boyfriend was ever watched one of her videos and he actually got a recipe from her and cooked it for me and it was good, I would not be mad. Okay? Like, I also saw this another video which was kind of funny. It was this girl and she was giving her boyfriend these containers to go over to Kaya's house and get some food to bring back to the house. And I'm just thinking to myself, girl, I would have did the same thing. Okay, I would have told my boyfriend, here goes some Tupperware containers, go over there and get some food and bring it back. And also another thing, I feel like another reason why a lot of women are mad with cooking with Kaya is because they don't know how to cook. And this is my thing. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but maybe this should give you some type of motivation to want to learn how to cook. Now, I'm not saying as a woman that you have to know how to cook, because I understand when it comes to men and women are taught that we should know how to cook, clean the house, and have kids and, everything like that. But I just feel like it's so much cheaper to know how to cook for yourself versus constantly ordering out because let's be real. Nowadays, if you go to McDonald's to get a full meal, it's almost $20, okay? When you can just go to the market and get something and make it more delicious. I'm not saying that your food has to be like Gordon Ramsay, but if you can learn to make a decent meal that's edible for you or even your man, then I feel like that's good. But if your man decides to take the initiative to actually want to learn to cook something, I feel like you should not be mad at him, okay? And on top of that, I feel like if the roles were reversed and Kai was actually a guy and was doing that same dance, I definitely feel like a lot of women would not have an issue with that. But because it's another female and they feel threatened because she know how to cook and they don't know how to cook, it's like, oh my gosh, Kaya trying to take my man. But it's like, no, she not trying to take your man. She probably, like I said, don't even know your man from a can of paint. I know for a fact if the roles were reversed and I told my boyfriend, yeah, I was watching Cooking with Ryan or Ron and I made him the meal and he said it was good, he would appreciate the meal, especially if it was thebomb.com. I just feel like some of y'all women need to stop being so jealous and just support each other. Like, we have to support each other, okay? Instead of trying to tear each other down. Yeah, I think that's all for this episode. Also, before I forget, I did upload some new merch on Redbubble for Valentine's Day, which is in a few weeks. So if you guys would like to order from my Redbubble shop, I would highly recommend that you order between this week and next week, probably before Friday of next week, because I know with Redbubble, depending on your location, it could take up to 2 to 3 weeks to get your items. And I feel like if you want to have them by Valentine's Day, then you need to order them very soon. Also, some of my designs that I have on Redbubble, I also have on my Etsy shop, which are my digital products. So basically, if you want to, you can buy the digital files of my designs, and then you can get them printed on t-shirts or hoodies or a mug in case you run out of time to actually buy it from my online Redbubble shop. If you guys need those links, definitely click my link tree link, which is in the description of every episode. And so other than that, it feels really good to be back with a new episode. And look, I know I am kind of late with this episode, but I am here and I am back. And I'm so grateful to have made it to another year. And I'm hoping to have more blessings. And hopefully you guys out there have some amazing resolutions for 2025. And, you're going to make some good changes. So thank you guys again for listening. And until my next episode, peace.